day. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 10th NFL season now. That's Russell Wilson.
And when you think about great seasons in recent memory, he's definitely putting one together here. There's a good chance he's going to go over 5,000 yards passing for the season. He's just a little bit under that mark coming in. And I tell you, it's pretty rarefied air when you get up there with numbers like this.
A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field...
Touchdown, Broncos! Jerry Jeudy, his 14th touchdown now of the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make this a second down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 42 yards on the ground for him so far. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Escaping the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. A able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West?
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes, he'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Mahomes now to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Mahomes to throw once more. He finds McKinnon, complete.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays. Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. These two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelce. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Yeah, the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes, and the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Mahomes throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. First down now, but that clock rolling. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out west in Las Vegas. And it's the Raiders out in front as they approach halftime. The Raiders still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we fly east to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Jalen Hurts leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
7 yards, the pickup there. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. The right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Mahomes now on first down. Locates Hardman for another catch. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Now Mahomes. That is caught by Williams for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. K.J. Hamler returning it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. This is Gordon. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Andrew Beck, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll drop this down to Williams. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's got room. 20, 10, all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, what a move. Now a hit and a loose football. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. Gordon loses the football ball. It's loose. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at it. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. They run it here with Gordon. 169 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. The Broncos on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Williams. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Gordon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Massey, the right tackle, called for the penalty there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And McManus able to put it through. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. That catch good for only a couple. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top-5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Broncos,
they finished the regular season with another win, their 15th against just 2 losses.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.